All right, so I'm out here, you know, I'm out here. It's a beautiful night in Palm Springs, California. And I just wanted to touch on this idea that, like, you don't need anyone's permission to do what you feel that you need to do with your life. A lot of times people feel like they need some type of permission in order to really chase their dreams and go after something that they kind of feel like they're led to do. Um, I feel like you get to a certain point in life where you have to understand that there's certain things that only you really know how to make happen. You don't need people's permission for them to, you know, really get behind whatever it is that you say you want to do. All that fear and anxiety that you have, you're trying to get someone to get on your side before you decide to pursue your dreams. You don't really need them. You don't. There's things that you have to do, and you have to do them for yourself. You can't rely on other people to always support you and, validate you and your experiences. One thing that I've realized is that, oh, okay, there's something going on. One thing that I've realized is that I have a passion for creating videos and portraying messages to the world. And I feel as though there's plenty of people in my life who I've come across who they'd be very surprised to know that this is something that I feel like I want to do. I could let that, be a deterrent, and I could just, not do this and decide that, well, if other people think that, this is something I can't do, or maybe this is something that isn't in line with their perception of me, that I should just not do it. But I don't think that's a proper way to live your life, because at the end of the day, it's you who has to deal with the consequences of whatever you decide to do with your life. So why would you let other people who aren't living that life and they aren't living that experience that only you know and that only you've gone through, how can you let them dictate what you do or don't do? At the end of the day, they might decide to support you once they see that you start to have some success, or they might not. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's really about trying to figure out, what is it that you want to do? How can you do it the best way that you want to do it? There have been so many times where I've chose not to do something because I decided that, oh, well, if this person thinks I can't do it, then I'm not going to do it. But I'm really sick of doing that, and I want to get over that. I feel like I'm starting to get over that because I'm starting to make these videos. I'm also starting to learn some type of new skills. A skill that I tried to learn many years ago was how to start investing in the stock market. Then a couple years ago, I started to take that more seriously. So I began to watch videos on YouTube. I began to educate myself through those videos. I began to join different groups where people were in those groups talking about different strategies, techniques, a lot of the details about things you had to know about how to actually begin to invest. I learned about investing, I learned about trading, I learned about different markets. And people around me, especially during the past few years, like I had family members who told me, oh, you're just gambling. You don't know what you're doing. You're just, trying to make a quick buck. And that was initially discouraging, but it's like, do I want to let that be the fuel that drives me to continue to improve and to do better and better to show that I can overcome that doubt? Or am I just going to let that be the reason why I stop doing things? And I decided to let that become my fuel. So I'm at a point now where I have a skill set. I know that I have a skill set because I've shown myself that I can actually, you know, take my own funds and make something out of them in the markets. I've done that. I've actually posted about that online also. And I feel like that's something that has shown me that I can actually do this. So I feel like that's something that's really beneficial in terms of developing a new skill set for my mind. In addition, I am trying to really get better at my overall communication skills. That's another reason why I feel like starting a channel and really getting yourself out of your comfort zone is extremely, extremely beneficial. I cannot overstate how beneficial it is to do this type of thing. Like, there's so many people out there who wouldn't take that step because they think that ultimately they'd rather spend their time watching other people than actually getting in the game and doing it for themselves. Taking that action to put yourself out there, to be judged, to be perceived. All of these people, strangers on the internet, you have no clue who they are. where they're from. But you know what? You decided that your mission and your vision and what you want to portray to the world is more important than worrying about other people's perceptions. And so that's something that I just feel is almost empowering in a way. And it's something that I found to be really beneficial, even though I have no traction on this channel. I have no traction. I have no subscribers. I have nobody who's really viewing these videos. I don't care. This is something that's really beneficial for me, and I'm not going to let the perception of other people dictate how I go about doing this, because this is something that I feel I really want to do, and it's something that is going to, you know, be beneficial in the future, not just now. And then the third thing that I can think about when it comes to, you know, not letting other people dictate your life is just this whole idea of putting things out there on social media. So it comes to crafting a message, conveying a message, trying to find a way to better your craft. The only way that you can really do that, it's not by asking people what to do. It's not by, you know, seeking feedback from people who don't even do this. It's about getting into it, getting into the routine, actually doing what you say you want to do, and learning along the way. You get feedback from people who are more experienced than you. And how can you do that? Well, there's plenty of people online who you can learn from. Take the feedback and the criticism from them, not from people who don't actually do what you say you want to do, or people who, you know, aren't really involved in this whole craft of putting messages out there and being vulnerable like this. So I just wanted to talk about that tonight because it's something that I have been battling and wrestling with for a while, and I feel like now is the time where it's important for me to take that next step and to really show myself that what I'm doing and what I'm learning, it is actually something that's helping me to grow as a person. So if you're out there and you're also feeling kind of on the fence and you're a bit worried about what people are going to say about you, what people are going to, you know, perceive you as, like, all that it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Just do what you want to do with this journey that you're on, and make sure that you give it your full effort. A lot of people are not giving it their full effort, myself included in the past, and you know, that's why I want to change that. I want to be one of those people that really takes things seriously, does things regardless of the outcome and regardless of what other people's judgments might be. It's all about really making sure that whatever it is, you give it your best effort. You don't look at what other people are doing. You focus on yourself, and you make the best of the opportunity that you have, because these days are limited. Every day is a new day to take advantage of what you've been given, and it's really important to not waste that. So focus on yourself, make sure that you're putting in the work every day, and eliminate all outside distractions, and just keep growing.